Hi, I'm Judi Vitale with ReadTheStars.com, here to talk to you about the Sun in Scorpio in 2011. Well, everybody knows a Scorpio. It's that person who just seems like very, very intense, needs all of that private time, seems a little secretive, but in the end turns out to be the person who does the most for you when you really need a friend. That's what a Scorpio is. If you are a Scorpio, you must be so sick of reading most astrology books talking about what a terrible person you are. But some of us know how wonderful you can be, because Scorpio is all about the act of transforming from a person who's just kind of going through life and experiencing things like jealousy and possessiveness, and understanding that there's more to life than just the material and the emotional. And they move into the spiritual, and they understand when they transcend that they really are here to do service to the rest of humanity and to the universe. So that is what is so wonderful about being a Scorpio. So if you're a Scorpio or you just know one, say happy birthday and give them a big hug, because if you forget their birthday, they'll probably forget yours too. So, with that said, let's move on and talk a little bit about what's going to happen while the Sun is in Scorpio. The first thing will be a new moon that we're going to have Wednesday, October 26th. This will be the new moon in Scorpio. This is the time for all Scorpio people, even if it isn't your birthday yet, or it already has been your birthday, to kind of stand around and take a deep breath and blow out the candles, because this is your time to make a wish. And also, it's a time for you to make a new beginning. Now, when you get to the day of the new moon, you'll have daily horoscopes that tell you exactly where in your life this new moon is going to have the biggest impact. However, it's also interesting for you to be able to understand that in general we're making a start. Because what we're asked during the time the Sun is in Scorpio is whether we're going to die in the muck and the compost that's formed when the dead leaves go into the cold water, or if we're going to transform and become like the eagle of the alchemist that soared over above all, that took the ashes and rose like a phoenix and became a whole new person. And that's really the task of Scorpio and the time that the Sun is in Scorpio. Some other things that will be going on: October 28th is a very big day, because the Sun will be opposite Jupiter at the time that it's in a trine with, Jupiter is in a trine with Pluto. And we talk a lot about this in the weekly horoscope for the week of October 24th. So pay attention to that and really get into the feeling of like, okay, on one hand we have Taurus and on the other we have Scorpio, two of the most stubborn energies there are. And both of them are going to want to like kind of vibrate to their own way of doing things. So it's going to be an interesting day, especially with that Pluto trine just feeding it and saying, move forward, make the changes. So we're all going to be making some changes, I think, when it comes to Friday, October 28th. On November the 10th, we're going to have a full moon, okay? And that's going to be, again, the Sun in Scorpio and the Moon in Taurus. So it's going to be an interesting time, and you'll experience the feeling again of now, with the Sun dominating it, and feeling like what it's going to be like to come to a culmination of being able to realize what personal transformation is and what material security is. So, the two things together are going to make an interesting combination. On the 20th of November, the Sun will square Neptune, and that's always a time when there's a little bit of deception going on. If you're a Scorpio person, you may be deceived, and those of us who are not may feel that a Scorpio person in our lives is deceiving us. So it's very important that we try to stay above board as much as possible, but to understand that there are things that happen below the surface and in between the lines. So keep looking for it, keep using your insight, keep drawing on your spiritual reality, and you will have a great time while the Sun is in Scorpio. And then on November 22nd, the Sun will go into Sagittarius, and we'll talk about that when it comes. If you have any questions or comments about this or anything on ReadTheStars.com, please send it along to Judy, Judi, at ReadTheStars.com.